Hello, I'm Cammy G, and welcome back to our Fortnite Save the World Canny Valley AFK Insurance videos. Always a mouthful to introduce these ones. And we are on the East Amplifier, not the South. I always get it mixed up just because we're like down the hill from the home base, so it feels like the South. But yeah, the East Amplifier. And we are now working on the East spawns. We've got the North done. Check out that video if you haven't seen that. But yeah, for the East, the spawn is going to be way over here, just to the side of the Southeast amps spawn to the east. So we covered that. You know, they spawn over there. This one's going to spawn in this area. Now, we have had issues in the past. I think I made memes from it. We had enemies spawn up on this bit and they walked on our trap tunnels. So we'll be extra careful to make sure that doesn't happen here. But yeah, there's two routes they can take. Well, I guess three, technically. We've blocked up this route when we built the other amplifier, but if you don't have that one placed down or whatever, basically just blocked three, you know, here. So three walls with three ramps behind. And we blocked this ramp from stuff from getting up, and we've also added this in as a natural, you know, barrier for the enemies. So what we're going to do is one little extra blockade we want to make down here is just we've got this sort of area here where they can, you know, go behind things and come in weird directions and get across the sides. We just want to make sure that nothing strange happens over here, so we can just block like this, and like this. Now you can add more in there if you need to. It's not overly important, because for the most part our other trap tunnels will pick them up, but it just stops enemies from going up onto the top of these cliffs and jumping down and circumventing the trap tunnels, basically. And yeah, once we've got that, our main tunnel will be through this little snicket down here. It's a nice area. I love building tunnels in places like this because it's just like, you don't even have to think where the walls and stuff go. They just naturally go against the concave of the mountain, you know? So it's lovely to get that stuff in. And then from here, you know, we'll let the enemies go to the amplifier, because it's just going to be sort of smashers at this point. So yeah, they'll go up to the bait and switch that we built from last time, which again, if you haven't seen that, check that out. But yeah, we'll get the enemies in here. Now, the enemies can walk up on this here. They can't on this side. Oh, they can actually, sorry. They can't... yeah, they can. It looks like you can't, but it sort of jolts up, so yeah, it should be fine there. I mean, you can add a wall there if you want, but what we're going to do is block this other direction. So we could build trap tunnels down here as well, like we did on one of the other amplifiers, but what we're going to do, yeah, is just block it. So if we come to the front here, and just try to save on structures for you guys, if you start here, for example, and then do that, it won't place one in the ground. It's not much, but, you know, it's honest work. Yeah. So get the grid method going as we usually do. And then the cones, we're just going to... I mean, it doesn't really matter which way the cones face. Yeah, it really doesn't matter too much. So just do it how you like. I'd probably face it into the middle, maybe. But as I say, it shouldn't matter too much. You know, you can mess around with it. But yeah, we'll get that grid method going, and that should be enough. I think you can add more in front or behind, should you need. You know, you can add another layer of cones, either in front or behind, either way. You know, if you do need that, if you do see resistance, but I will let you know how testing goes. But yeah, that's the block-offs, and we have that tunnel blocked off, as I said before. So all that there is to do now is pretty much... Well, actually, we can finish this bit while we're here, sorry, so... We'll just do low walls for dynamos, and then a full wall at the back for wall darts, and a ceiling either side to zap inwards. And you can add a little bit here if you want as well, like this, as an extra bit. You know, I'd avoid placing anything around this area, because the smashes might go a bit weird, but the ceiling should be fine, and that extra bit there should be fine. So yeah, if we go through the tunnel out into here, now you can add more stuff here. So if you want, you can block this ramp, so you can do like the glitch or, you know, whatever, or you can just build a wall, ceiling, and a cone to stop the enemies from coming up here. I don't think they're going to want to come up here anyway because we blocked it off and we've got this block off. But, you know, just add more should you need it. There's probably a chance you can get a spawn on this raised bit anyway. But yeah, the main spawn will be down in this area around here, and you can add more, you know, walls for damage if you want, like this, and even over here, especially to stop enemies getting through this block off. So you can add traps there as well. And then what we can do is get some ceiling traps here, and probably we'll save it there. So at some point you want to bring a wall up. So if we then just build up one more, and if we can get a floor place there, we can then go up here. This is 3 tiles above the ground, so this is perfect for our tire drop traps, and we're just going to place these pretty much over the entire thing. Over here, I don't think they can spawn on this upper bit, so you shouldn't have problems of them going over here, but if you do see it, just block the sides, block over here, and just put some traps in here as we did in the other direction. But as I say, I don't think they can spawn there. I think it's on this lower one here and on here, so don't worry about that. You know, you can add a wall there with some wall darts if you want a little bit of extra damage, but it's really not that necessary. If you're enjoying the video so far, thank you so much for watching, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our members. Thank you so much to the current members we have, and just wanted to go over the tiers to anyone else that might be interested. So we have 5 tiers from Stonewood, Plankton, Canny, Twine, all the way up to Epic Founder, and as you can see on screen, we have these amazing benefits at each tier, getting more and more as you go up. So yeah, if anyone's interested, just look for the join button next to the subscribe button, and thank you so much for your time. Cheers, enjoy the rest of the video. So they actually managed to flank round here. I'm not sure where they spawned. I think it must be this spawn here. Yeah, they went around here, passed under this bridge, and then came round. Let's grab that. Came round and went up here and then up here, and then flingers were able to target the objective and regular husks would drop down. So all you need to do for this is just block the ramp. Like you can do the glitch if you want, you know, doing that, but I'd recommend just blocking it properly. Like this, that should be plenty enough to stop them. They won't be able to see it as a route up now, and if you're paranoid, you know, just wall spikes on the wall and a ceiling trap of your choice there. And if you really want to, you could block this ramp as well. But the bottom one should be plenty enough, though, I think. Then just bring this all the way over to the back, like this, covering pretty much the entire area. It will act as a lobber shield as well, obviously, this whole thing. Stop lobbers from being able to target the amplifier all the way back there. Probably want a lower bit. So just in case enemies were able to make it onto this cliff, I don't think they can. Well, they can't climb up anyway, but there might be a random spawn, you know, on one of these edges. So to stop them from being able to just walk across the entire thing, what we can do is if we lower this down somewhere, doesn't really matter where, if you manage to do it without falling off as well, unlike me, if you place another layer of ceilings at this height, like so, and it's up to you how much you want to go with this, you know, it's not overly necessary to do the whole thing. Probably stop there. Maybe put one there as well. But yeah, if the enemies did drop on top, the worst they could do is like get into this area up here, and we're not too bothered about them being up here because, well, they won't go through this, but we can put traps on that anyway. In fact, I'll just place that now so we don't forget. You can just put some spikes and maybe a trap above with, I don't know, it doesn't really matter, you know, a ceiling electric field, a zapper, a gas trap, any of them would work well. I'll just put a gas trap. But yeah, that's the worst they can do if they did drop on top. Block till you stop. But you know, because we have this at a lower level, they can't get onto this one and, for example, go all the way over here. And I mean, they can't even get anywhere anyway, so if you wanted to keep it all the same height, that's, you know, up to you. It's not really too much of an issue. So yeah, if you want to do any more extra damage down here, you can try, you know, if you want to put extra walls with sort of wall darts on in any of the locations, just bear in mind that they might get destroyed by spawns. So, you know, if you want to not waste the traps, you know, don't place them. But yeah, that should be plenty of stuff. You know, I might just add a bit of an extra like that, for example, and maybe one there as an extra mitigation against that. In fact, there could be a full wall with a broadside on, actually, across there. That'd be nice. But yeah, now that you've got that stuff down, and as long as you have the bait and switch built from last time, so this, I can briefly show it if you haven't though, we've just put stairs inside the structure there to keep this up if this floor did get destroyed. But yeah, we'll just come across, then gone down on some stairs with some wall lights pushing off, another wall lights pushing off, connecting to a full, and then to the amplifier here with this design. Obviously, just feel free to pause and rewind if you need to hear, but I don't want to show it because it's in the other video and I don't want to waste everyone's time that has already seen it. But yeah, now that you've got that stuff, I will level this up and we can show where the traps go. So a nice low resource costing one again. Lovely. Alright, now that you've got that stuff leveled up and or leveling up, as mine is, we can place some traps. So by the objective here, as usual on these back walls, we place some wall darts, and then on the closer ones, we go for wall dynamos on the low walls. At the end, we're going to go for a tar pit trap, just in case a smasher does want to charge here. And through the center, for the ceilings, we'll do zappers towards the end here, to really finish off any smashers or mini-bosses. But, I mean, if they make it through, it's fine. We've got the bait and switch. On the walls here, any two walls you have looking at each other like this, you want to place broadsides. Now, we want wall launchers on some of these, particularly maybe this one, but I'd say the most important one is this one, as well as this and that. So I'm going to leave that one as broadside. Now, this one, I'll go for darts, since there's no wall opposite it. On the floors, I would go retractable on the ends here, and as they come through, maybe a freeze here, and then at the beginning we'll go for wooden floor spikes. For the ceilings, as they get further in, you know, I'm probably still going to do some zappers here, because normal enemies really aren't going to make it this far. And then at the entrance here, what we're going to do is ceiling electric field, and then once we get here, this one, honestly, it's up to you which one to go for. I think either a zapper or a ceiling electric field would be good. A gas trap would be good. It's up to you. I'm going to go for another zapper because I've started using these recently, and you know I like it, so yeah, I'm going to do that. For the wall launcher, we're going to go for an impact one here, so the one with more impact on it and reload. And then for these two, we're going to go for the durability one, so the one that has 4 durability. Now, as with other builds, we can sort of extend the path of the husks if we want, like this, to make them more likely to be hit by the launchers. That's up to you. I'm going to get rid of that one, just for the sake of this and the fact that it's further in. I don't think it's that necessary. Get broadsides everywhere here, and yeah, we'll do it on that one as well, actually. That'll be useful. I think that's everything now. So out here, I just want to place these two as broadsides first, and then the rest will be wall darts pretty much, which I'm going to need to craft some more. So let's just go ahead and do that. I'm running out of twine, not twine, peaky, what was it called? Maybe it is twine, actually. Carved twine, yeah. Twine peaks confused me then. I was like, no, it's twine peaks, so the thing wouldn't be called twine. My brain hurts. Sorry, yours probably does now as well. And then the ceilings here, just do zappers to damage any single enemies that try, you know, make it round the trap tunnels. We'll do wall darts here. And we have one up here as well, just while I'm here. There. And then on these two, I'd go for spikes. Now, if you want ceilings here, wow, I didn't mean to place that one there. Can I get rid of that? Oh, that's what I wanted to avoid doing. Because now I'm going to have to place that back down and level it up again. Yeah. But yeah, if you want to place ceilings there, all you have to do is just lower the wall down here somewhere. You know, like this, for example. And get ceilings under. It's not overly necessary. You know, it's really not. And you can have a wall here with wall darts if you want. Again, over the top. But if you were having these here, I'd probably go for Zapper there and Electric Field there. And let's just get that leveled up before I forget about it, because I'm definitely going to forget about it. Right, where were we? We might want something on this one, such as a healing wall spike on the back, just in case enemies do try beat through it. Then here we will do a dynamo. Again, you can put a healing spike on the back of it if you want. Probably not necessary on that one, but if you are paranoid, you know, place one. But I really think they'll just go through the main tunnel, so you shouldn't have to worry about that. And then I think all that's left to do is place the ceiling traps. So these are all pretty much gonna be drop traps, except from that one, and that one. I think all of the rest of them will be drop traps. Making sure before I commit to that, but yeah, all the rest will be drop traps, so you can go ahead and start placing these down. I'll probably speed this up. But yeah, as I'm placing these, I think for pretty much all of these, we will be facing the amplifier as we place them, as that will knock the enemies back into spawn, because they knock enemies backwards compared to where you're looking when you place it. Just a note on those last three there. These I faced the blockades as placing them, just to knock them away from that direction, so that if they do try breakthrough, then they'll probably go towards the tunnel. And this ceiling here is just for lobbers and flingers. You don't need a trap on that one, because it wouldn't affect them anyway, so there's no point wasting a trap. But yeah, now that that stuff's placed, you should be good to go for your full endurance. If you've got the same amplifiers as me, if you have the other amplifiers, as I say, check out the videos and the playlist. I will be doing videos for every single amplifier, every single spawn. So if you don't see one, let me know in the comments, but if you check the playlist, you should be able to find them. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and sticking through the videos, you know, through the entire build. So thank you so much for that. And yeah, just big thank you, I guess, for, you know, supporting me in any way you can. So thank you so much. I will hope to see you in a future video. And yeah, have a good day.